Okay, good evening. I think I am live. I'm just making sure that we are on here properly on Spiritual Events Directory. I see a couple of people jumping on. I'm a bit late tonight, only about 4 or 5 minutes late. Apologies for that. So I've got Lisa. Hi. I see a couple of people jumping. I'm just going to take this jumper off. It's a little bit warm. So let me know where you're hailing from tonight. My name is Grace Harris, and this is the Atomic Self-Love Project. And what I do is I'm a transformational coach, and I help women to break out and heal from cycles of toxic relationships. In 2020, I've written the very first true story about the epidemic of abandonment in the Philippines. It's called Become the Woman of Your Dreams, where I share the true story of my experiences as an abandoned child, where I've suffered, a spectrum of negative experiences, abuse, and trauma, which allowed me to explore as many modalities of healing that I could so that I can heal from all the wounds that have led me to these cycles of different relationships that are in variations, toxic in its essence, and where I had to learn my part in those relationships. Whether I was the toxic one, I was encouraging toxicity, whereas I was where I transitioned into an empath, and ultimately into that space of forgiveness and atomic self-love. And my passion right now is to really allow each and every soul that I come across with to be able to touch the essence of themselves and to connect with that long lost purpose, especially after going through so much pain, so much wounds, so much trauma. And it's that heart connection that I'm really passionate about, because it's the heart connection that we lose when we are subjected to these types, to any relationships that have caused us to be hurt, to be betrayed, to be abandoned, to be left alone, to feel unloved, to feel unworthy. And so tonight, I would like to just feel everyone's energy. And I am actually going to use energy cards because I feel like just sharing with you some of what these energy cards may be speaking with you on your healing. But specifically, I want to center the energy around how do you become fearless, because I found that in the recent weeks, people have not been able to make decisions from a fearless side of paradigm, from a fearless space. It's always been a decision that is rather protective and does not create change, and therefore keeps you stuck. So it's a decision anyhow. And it keeps you safe, yes, but it doesn't create change and transformation, and it doesn't get you through the healing, the next level of who you really are and what you can manifest in terms of your dreams. So tonight, let's talk about how to be fearless. So everyone who would like a reading, just think fearless. How do I overcome fear? And then ask me a question in what area of your life you are struggling with, whether that's relationship, that's health, that's career, business, or that's your spiritual and personal growth. So I've got Lisa. Hello, Sheila Rose, Dakota, Kathy, Lisa, Sarah. Okay, so Sarah's the first one who's given me just like an area of relationship, and I think it's a relationship area. Okay, so Sarah, I'll pick you first, and I'm just gonna shift my view. There you go. Right. So Sarah, tonight, let me know. Okay, so your card is community. So let me again see. So community. So this card is allowing you to see that there are some really strong support around you, and for you to access and be able to receive and be open enough to the community that is there to give you only love and to give you only understanding. Sometimes there is a part of us that blocks us from hearing people's advice, because we may have heard advice before that was adverse. We took their advice, but it didn't do us any good. And I hear you on that one, because that's a valid point. But this energy is just saying to you that at this time, be open to the right community around you that's pushing you up instead of pulling you down. So you're going to have to use your intuition on this, your gut feeling. And that's, you can't listen to people based on what's in your ego. Just see how you're feeling when they're talking to you from here, from your gut. And that would be where you would get the nuggets of exactly how to navigate that relationship struggle that you're having right now. Is look to those who are supporting you around you, and use your gut feeling to really discern, you know, is this fair income right now? Is this for real, what I'm hearing, and am I supposed to listen to this? Don't overanalyze from your head or from your ego. Just listen to your gut, your intent, your intuition. So the next one that I have, I hope that served you tonight. Let's go to, I think, Lisa. Okay, so Lisa's got relationship and business. Okay, well, look, there are two different things, but let's just, business is all about relationships as well, but it's also about maybe money, like finances and resources. And so I'll just, that's okay. At least I feel your energy. Whatever the card will come up, that's the card. So let's do that for you, Lisa. So tonight I've got the card for you. Let me know where you're hailing from as well, because I'm interested in the weather where you are. You've got a reversed man holding a card, Lisa. So the relationship area of your life, is the energy there is stronger than the business, because you've put the two. But this so this man is holding a heart, which is, you know, affection and care and nurture. And because it is reversed, it's indicating a certain distance, a certain gap that's being created at the moment between you and this person, whether this person is a romantic relationship or a person who's really close to you that you listen so much to and you value them, their presence in your life. There is some kind of a distance that's being created right now. And so the affirmation that I would recommend to you is just to, you know, to have a couple of minutes meditation tonight, and just reflect on, just say to yourself, you know, I am open to a stronger communication. I am open to receiving messages from the people that I love, so that we can understand one another. My heart is open to just receiving that two-way, because usually distance is created because you know, one person may feel that they're not being heard, or that they don't want to hear, because what they're hearing from you might be causing them a little bit of discomfort, might be triggering something. So it has to have that level of understanding two-way. So just that listening between the lines when you're having either a text communication or a phone communication or an email communication, is just allowing yourself to hear more than respond. Like, don't even worry about what am I going to say back. It's more about, you know, am I hearing them? And, you know, what's the most loving response? Because when you give that, it will come back tenfold. I hope that's giving you some insight. And I'm going to scroll down to, so I've got, I'm like 10-15 seconds delayed here, so just bear with me. Sarah. Okay. So oops, I've actually got a jumper for you, Sarah. As soon as I said your name and you said about relationship, it's the storm. Okay, so it's reversed. It came up as reversed. And so that's good news, because whatever is the trouble that's been lingering or has lingered for a while in this relationship, it's abating. So storm reversed means that it's abating. But what you need now to be very conscious about is how you can cultivate that peace that's slowly seeping into your reality. What is your contribution to this peace? Like, if you've not been consciously aware that the storm is abating, then be aware and be conscious now as to what more can you do and contribute so that this peace is going to stay, and it's going to be sustainable, and it's not going to be rocky as in up and down, because this is great. It's actually reversed. So that's yeah, I'm excited for you. So whatever that relationship is, meditate on that tonight, and just affirm to yourself that you've got this you've got the space in you to now be the bigger one and be the grown-up one, to actually allow the peace to linger instead of just it to be a passing peace, because storms, as you know, they can be quite volatile. So but the great news is it's not here to stay. So good, amazing. So did I right. So PJ, career, yes. So career is one of the most exciting things that that's really gonna allow you to access your full potential if you're in the right one. So PJ, let's see, and you've got a jumper, and it is a reversed broken heart. So interesting. So you talk about raising your vibration in your career. So the reverse broken heart is that the broken heart that you've suffered from before is now going to be slowly mended. Now, I'm interested to ask deeper question whether the career is the one that's making you feel good about yourself, and you're just for now your heart is a little bit put aside because it's busy being mended, which is okay, which is absolutely okay. And so to raise your vibration is just that. You are actually, the fact that you are asking the question of how you raise your vibration is already raising your vibration, because self-awareness itself is so powerful that it's like the base of the triangle. So when you've got self-awareness, the rest of the triangle stays up, right? So this self-awareness, this questioning yourself here, how can I raise my vibration, will keep you steady. And so that in itself is powerful. But the card has come up that there is a mending of a heart that was feeling strained, and whether the career is filling your cup right now and your heart is you're just cushioning it for now because it's not ready for that deep, for that deep commitment to relationships and whatnot. I have a feeling that this is your path right now, is to blossom in just showing the world what you're made of what's possible using your skills and your potential and your creativity. And I, from as a former career corporate woman, very yeah, when you find the right environment, when you've got a company or a corporate or corporation that backs you, that's like people centered, like when knows the importance of internal customers, not just external customers, then you are in a good place. Because when you put your 200% in that kind of environment, in that kind of company, there's no other way but to just it's propel or project upwards. It's inevitable. And so keep that question straight into your self-awareness every day. How do I raise my vibration? Just that awareness is already giving you a solid base, because whenever a trigger comes to you, you've got the question, well, how do I raise myself from this? So I honor you for that. That's a great job. Okay, so you're saying you're getting the wrong job offers on me. So perhaps change the language on the wrong job. as in, so the universe picks up these strong emotions from how we say things or how we think things. So wrong job, wrong, the word wrong itself feels really strong. So find a language that is a little bit more towards instead of away. So, you know, how do I raise my vibration is a very toward language, or raise my vibration. So less on the saying wrong jobs, but just raise my vibration, because when you raise your vibration, you will attract the right ones. And you're using it. It seems like when you're feeling, so our intuition is funny, right? Because yes, it gives us an indication of something is right and something is wrong, but there's still two sides to the intuition. When you lean towards what could you, what is the light, instead of you being afraid of the wrong, that it's the dark side that it's showing to you, then there is a tendency you could stay in the shadow side because you're so stuck to the negative energy that you're feeling through your intuition. How you transmute that as an empath is when you detect a negative energy, you develop your emphatic abilities by not only detecting, but by reading that energy, processing it, learning how to transmute it into light. And that's the spectrum of an empowered empath. Most of us, we are in this disempowered empath space, because it's not really being taught at school. How do you harness your ability to detect energy more than other people can? And so nobody teaches you that. But so we stay there. So we detect the energy. Most of the times we even run away from it because we detect it so much. Like when you go to a party and the energy gets too much, you look for the toilet or the exit, because you know when it gets too much, you're out of here. There is a way to actually become empowered, so you don't have to leave a certain situation because you're overwhelmed. You can transmute that. So it's the same with when you're picking up things that are not right for you. You change the language into, okay, so how can I move from these wrong opportunities, from these opportunities that are not quite a good fit, to the ones that are really going to allow me to access my full potential. So just harness your energy transmuting abilities as an empowered woman. So I will now go down to let me see. So I've got Johnny. Okay, so let's see. It's about career as well. Johnny is from Melbourne. So how is the weather? It is awesome. Okay. That's good. Alrighty. So Johnny, for you, the card that's coming up is the Sun, which is amazing. So everything is thriving in your life because the sun is shining down. So just like you say, you know, it's you're using the words awesome and yeah. So what can I say? Perhaps with this is that the next higher question is, how do you keep being on, how do you keep the light of the sun, and what are you going to do when the sun disappears sometimes? Because as you know, life is naturally a wheel, so the wheel goes up and down, up and down. How do you keep the sun shining on you even when the wheel is on a downward motion? And that would be the next question for you, because as you can see now, there is just that energy of light around you at the moment. So let me know if that's resonating with you at all. Yeah. So we've got a Kathy is from somewhere. I'm not gonna dare read it because I don't know how to read it. PJ's from the Gold Coast. Yeah, it was raining today. I was in Burleigh Heads today, PJ. So Lisa is from New Zealand. Amazing. So Lisa says, thank you, lovely, bang on. You're welcome. And Julia, general reading. Let's go for it. Where are you from, Julia? Okay, so general reading for you, Julia, is, this is, it's the yin and the yang. So the yin and the yang is about passive and active. So when you're on the yin, it's the rejuvenation. When you're on the yang, it's the action part of things. And when it is reversed, it is on the yin. So it's saying to you that it's time for rejuvenation. It's time for contemplation. It's time for a lot of reflection. It's time for, so the opposite of action is that you are thinking about the things that have happened, the decisions that you want to make, and you want to connect with your inner self and ask yourself exactly what is the meaning of what I want to achieve, and where did this come from, and is this my higher purpose, or is this even a dream that I own? Maybe it's a dream that someone else owns that I inherited from them, and do I want to keep that dream as an inherited dream? So just a lot of really even existential questions and important self-reflection is what's being suggested to you. That's an awesome card because yeah, rejuvenation is where the power is really hidden. Like you can take so much action, but if you've not spent time reflection and contemplation, then the action that you're doing could be all could scattery, and it's not really aligned with your higher self. So you might have to do it again, or it'll cost you time, it'll cost you energy and money. So it's more important to have time to reflect and contemplate before you do or act on anything. So yin card, loved it. So Kelly, Kylie Ann, sorry, trying to read things properly tonight. So healer of the ages, Kylie, it's a reversed healer of the ages. So this card is your ability to, I was talking about transmuting energy about 2 minutes ago. Go back to the video if you haven't heard it. It's about your ability to transmute whatever energy that is not serving you to make it into an energy that's going to be useful and going to allow you to reach your full potential. So because this is reversed right now, there is a little bit of a disconnect from between you and your inner self, Kylie Ann. So are you feeling disconnected from your heart right now? Are you feeling disconnected from inspiration right now? Do you find that you have to work so hard to find motivation to do something? And if these are the feelings that are coming up for you, and that's exactly what the card is showing to you, is that it's time to reconnect. And it's time to spend me time. This is usually quiet time. Whatever it is that you love doing, do that. If you love walking in nature, if you love doing, going to the gym, if that floats your boat, if you, if you love singing karaoke or going to meditation classes, or even connecting with your partner, if you have one, going out with the girls for dinner, whatever just lifts your spirit, that you're not really thinking about anything. It just puts you in that high vibrational state, and you come home and you're just like, and when you're connected to that inner you, and then you become someone who can take on anything. Like, give it to me. Like, even if it's dark energy, you tend to somehow, because of that inspired state, you transmute it into a beautiful, amazing kind of energy that you end up creating something that's just really useful for you or productive for you, and you're in a flow. Hope that served you. So Dakota, I love your name. So are you American by any chance? Because of your name. So yeah, I will certainly see if I can give you a card tonight that's going to be resonating with your heart. So now I'm hoping that you guys are still connected to me, because my Wi-Fi is saying that my Wi-Fi connection is unstable. But I can see myself moving on the screen. So, okay. All right. So Dakota, a reading for Dakota tonight. See, I've got door to personal healing and happiness. Ooh. So for you, Dakota, it's about crossing that threshold because it's waiting for you outside. You see the door, you know the door, it's familiar to you, and you know what's on the other side. And it's about letting go of the fear to cross the threshold, because sometimes the portal is a bit scary. You know, it's almost like we're leaving something behind and saying goodbye to something or letting go. And that is the nature of life, isn't it? You want to enter a certain zone, which obviously this one is a beautiful zone. So it's the message is it's all up to you. It really is your fearless decision being called upon. And the title of this video above is how to be fearless. And when it comes to making fearless and bold decisions, that you know that a fearless decision is something, it's always something that makes you uncomfortable. It's always something that's never done, never happened before, and you know you've never tried before. That's how you know it's fearless. Now, whether or not you choose to take a fearless decision, the question that you need to be asking is that what's going to happen if you stay in this portal and not cross the threshold in like what, 6 months time or 12 months time? You know, imagine yourself now here where you are 6 months from now or 12 months from now, and just doing the same things and being the same. How will you feel when you knew that you've always had that portal open for you? What's that going to feel like? Are you going to be overjoyed, or are you going to stay feeling the way that you are now? And if you love the way you feel right now, then stay. But if you've learned that there are some patterns that you don't want to be repeating anymore, then the fearless decision is really a no-brainer decision, because it's all there is out at the other side is nothing but growth, nothing but self-awareness, nothing but self-mastery. You'll feel so much better for it just because you tried it. You'll be like, oh, okay, I learned that, so therefore my next move will be, it's all about the next best thing, so love your card. Yeah, door to personal healing and happiness. PJ says, fantastic reading. Thank you. That nurturing environment is exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you for your guidance. Definitely black and white thinking going on for me. You're welcome. And Sharon Cullen, anything for me? Be grateful. Yes. And Kathy's telling me where Pukikoha is I hope I'm saying it right. Pukikoha in New Zealand. Okay, let's go back to Sharon. Sharon, so let's find you a card tonight, Sharon. And it is Happy Family. So yeah, this is like either extended family, blended family, your family right now. It is the energy is about this happy family that is in your field of vibration right now. So whether you are already aware that this is here or you're not yet aware, the idea, what it's calling you to do is tonight is to just receive it and just be more open to it and just say, thank you, and I am here. Like, it's just very simple. Just say, wow, thank you, I am here. Just receive and be open to it. And it's a very clear card. So I'm glad that's there for you. And if there's anything else that's in your mind about family, it's also about connection. See they're like connected with their hands. So it's really about knowing that you are there for each other in one way or another. You know what that's going to be like, whether your sense of connection is through food, like many cultures connect through food, the cooking and the coming to dinner and there's this feast, or whether the connection is about going out for an adventure, hiking together, like, or adrenaline together, whatever that is. Even if it's a Zoom video call, if they're distant, you know, just looking at each other's faces and just catching up on what's going on, and just letting one another know that you're safe. So that's actually a very, very important part of our life right now, is to let one another know that you're safe, assure everyone else that we are, you know, you're doing your best to be safe, and you can remind them to be safe. And yeah, so it's about being connected and knowing that you are a family. And I just want to acknowledge everyone here today who's watching. If you're watching from India, especially, my heart goes out to you for what's happening right now in India. I have a friend, I've lost a friend recently in the Philippines, and she's my age, about 45, 46 years old, to COVID. This is only last weekend. And yeah, we just can't take these things for granted. You know, sometimes we feel that, oh, it's okay, it's going away, or it's settling down a little bit, or we're away from the chaos and from the critical areas. We just can't take it for granted. I mean, there are so many dynamics in not taking it for granted. Number one is connecting with your family, and you know, reminding them that as you keep yourself safe, that they also keep themselves safe, and never take anything for granted. Like, if they're not feeling well, then look after themselves as much as they can straight away. Get that doctor, or just don't self-medicate, and just things like that. You know, we just can't. It's a time, if there's anything that this pandemic has taught us, it's the time for awareness. It really is. And it's awareness in many different levels. Awareness of who you really are and why are you here, the relationships that you have, awareness of your health. Like, you know, am I serving my body right? Is the vessel that I've been given to be able to live this life in this world, am I treating it right? You know, awareness in how you perceive things that are happening around you in relation to the people that you love. And so I just yeah, that's just a reminder. That card coming up for Sharon there with the happy family. We are all one happy family, and we are all connected to one another. And so just would love for you to have that part of your meditation tonight, everybody, for those who are listening, to just not take anything for granted. So I'm going to go to, I think Kathy asked for a reading as well. Yeah, crossed my mind now that I'm reading the area or the town, Pukikohe. Okay, so Kathy, I'm pulling out a card for you. Love New Zealand, by the way. So I am actually channeling South Islands right now as I pull this card out for you. And I have action. So Kathy, action. So remember the card, the yin and the yang. So this is action. So this is a bit like the yin and the yang. So the black and white horses is all about putting everything that you've planned, putting all your creative, whatever it is that you've created, into action, into implementation, into execution. So I don't know what you've been planning. If you've been planning a business, and if it's in your notebook, for example, execute it. If you've learned a new marketing tool, try it. You know, if you've had in your head how you're going to speak to your husband about a particular project, say it. And if you know, so if you want to cut your hair, you've been wanting to cut your hair, cut your hair. If you just, it's action, do execution. It's the implementation time, because this is the time. I hope that served you tonight. And we have, so Julia is from New South Wales Central Coast. Nice. So Dee from Papua New Guinea. Nice. Dakota says, no, I'm Australian. Haha, yeah. Josephine, hello from Australia. Mandy, love a card. Yes. Yeah, it's just, yeah, Dakota, I've not actually very rare that an Aussie is named Dakota, and I love it. I think it's I don't know, is it the name of a body of water, like a river or something? I'm not sure. So tell me. So Mandy would love a card. So let me see what is coming up for you tonight. So Mandy, you've got the anxiety card for you. And this card is just an energy that's just acknowledging that you've been brooding on something, that you've been worrying about something. So if you can see in this card far away here, there is like a, don't know if you can see, there's like a lightning and a storm at on the window here. Yeah, because this card is actually saying to you that what you're thinking about and brooding about is a distant kind of storm. Like it's not even anywhere near outside of you. You know how when you see the lightning, it's just so, yeah, it's usually, so it's allowing you to realize that anxiety or worrying or brooding is really not going to be the most proactive way to deal with whatever it is that you want to deal with. And number one, maybe it's something that you need to just release and let go, because the energy that you're spending on the anxiety is energy spent on something that's never, that you will never ever recover. And so in effect, it's a wasted energy, wasted time, and you never know what you could create from that if you channel that anxiety energy to something else. So I'll give you a very quick example of how you can make anxiety useful. And so how you can make worry useful is what you do. And yeah, like I'm like a worry. So this is a rainbow tourmaline, and what it does is it protects you from worrying. And I wear this even when I'm sleeping. I hardly ever not wear this because I am the worry queen, if you ask my partner. And what I've learned is that when I transmute the energy of worry into something that's immediately useful, it lifts me up and it raises my vibration. And that's the key word, is that immediately useful. So it's no use going, okay, I'm going to channel my anxiety and my worry into I don't know, projecting the future or planning for an event. No, you need to look for something that's going to be immediately useful. So the result has to be now. Change it right now. So what you need to do is get up and move and do something. And now the do something, it needs to be something that you like. Yeah. So it can't be like do something, call someone you don't you would rather not speak to. So for it's little things like, if you like, if you like baking, bake something. If you like to see your bedroom pretty, change the sheets, you know, something very simple. If you want to feel sexy, put something on, take a photo using the mirror, just something to lift you up right there and then. You know, it's an immediately useful energy to replace that worry, because that's the only way you're going to be able to raise the energy, lift your vibration. And once you've changed that energy, then you go, I feel better now. Okay, so what am I going to do next? Yeah, so it's just that proactive awareness that I can change this. Yeah, so that's why I have this to remind me, like, okay, what's my immediately useful shift that I'm going to do? And usually that's, you know, cleaning cleaning the kitchen, because I love the kitchen spotless, and it doesn't take me long, like 5 maybe 10 minutes max. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, nice. Yeah, so it changes that vibration. So let us move on to okay, so I've got Dakota says, thank you so much, makes sense. I know what I need to do, is just making the first step. Wow. Okay. Dakota says, and she also says, I think I'm afraid. Well, just let the fear go, because you know that, you know, you're going to be in a different zone across the portal, and it's beautiful. Sharon says, that is so wonderful. You're spot on. Family is so important. I have 2 kids and they are happy. So sorry to hear about your friend. Thinking of you. Thank you. Yeah. So Mandy says, I have a lot of things going on. My husband is very sick. Okay, I hear you. And being there for, and the anxiety card was very strong that came up for you, Mandy. And so it's allowing you to now to think of you, because the love that you have for your husband is so important. And I feel me being someone with a better half, with an other half, with a soulmate, you know, it's so important to be able to look after them. And the only way to really be there for them is that you be there for yourself first. There is a very basic rule in caregiving. For those who are listening here that are caregivers, you'd resonate to this. But there are some very, very basic rules in caregiving. Is that the very first rule is that your health and well-being is just as important as the person that you are caring for. It's a no-brainer, because when your health and well-being goes down, that person that you're caring for needs you. They need you to operate from a full overflowing cup. And so your job is to feel yourself so that they are inspired, they are lightened up when they see you operating from just an alive state of health and well-being. Imagine if you switched, you know, it's just an if, you know, if the roles were switched and you're not feeling well, and you see your hubby worrying for you, I know that you would say, look, don't worry so much. Yeah, I want you to feel at the top of yourself, and because I'm gonna be okay, I'm doing everything that I can, and I appreciate your help. So it's like it really is the most basic fundamental. When you care for someone, you must care for yourself as well. And it's the same thing that the second fundamentals in caregiving is that their needs are just as important as your needs. So yeah, because there are times when and this is most applicable when in the critical times, when the being cared for becomes so needy, and the carer is operating from an empty cup, so that the neediness of the person being cared for is pulling the caregiver spiraling down, because they're already operating from an empty cup. And what happens is that these two negative energies is bringing the whole house down. You know, it brings the whole, so your needs are just as important as their needs. So when you look after your need first, what you're doing is you're pulling them up instead of you just sinking the house down. So when it comes to the anxiety, Mandy, just little things, really, just to perk yourself up, just little things. I guess you can start with that. You know, if when you find your mind just wandering and going into places where worry, and you shouldn't be going there as often as you have, do something. Get up, make a cup of tea, put some music on. I don't know, change your jumper, find something that looks a bit brighter, or just something, you know. Start with little things. You don't have to do something extraordinary to change the vibration. And little things will build into bigger things. If you need more support, I'm here for you. I'm actually so I want to mention this for everyone that's on here right now. I'm about to start a 28-day personal empowerment program. It's called the Atomic Self-Love Project. It starts tomorrow on the 3rd of May until the 30th of May. It's 28 days. And I am giving a very special Mother's Day discount to anyone who would like to know about it. And so I'm not going to put the link on here. All you got to do is, if you feel that you are in a space where you want to immerse into a group coaching program with other like-minded women who want to heal, who want to feel better, who want some change in their lives, type down in the chat, just say learn more. That's all you're going to do, is type in learn more. So when I see the words learn more, I will reach out to you via private message, and then I'll let you know about the program itself, and whether we have an alignment on what what you want to achieve. And if we have an alignment, I'll give you that Mother's Day discount, which is a pretty awesome. It's once a year I do offer that discount because I'm a mother. I'm a mother of 2 biological children, and I'm my stepmom twice over. So I love motherhood. Like, just so I'm like, okay, Mother's Day, let's give away some Mother's Day things. So it's once a year that I'm going to do this, that I'm going to offer it like this with a Mother's Day discount. So if you want to learn more, type in learn more. I see the code says learn more, and then we'll see what you're looking into achieving, and see if we have an alignment in the Atomic Self-Love 28-day group coaching program. And if we do, I'll offer you that discount. We get started tomorrow, and the first session is actually at 8:00 p.m. tomorrow, Sydney time. And so there's time to get an alignment during the day. I'll send you a private message straight after this live. So yeah, you're welcome, Mandy, and my heart is with you. I am going to have you in my prayers tonight, in my meditation. And yes, so I don't see anyone else wanting a reading, so I want to love yous and leave yous. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I also want to say, though, that next Sunday at 7:15 p.m., I have 5 women as my guests. And the show is going to be called Gifts of Gratitude. And these are purpose-driven women. They're going to show us, what was their life before they embraced a practice of gratitude, and what happened when they embraced that practice of gratitude, and what was the result. And more importantly, what can they show us? What can they teach us in terms of how to manifest your dreams using the practice of gratitude? So I've got entrepreneurs and spiritual leaders hanging out with me, 5 of them, so it'll be 6 of us. And so I'd love for you to hang out with me again, the Atomic Self-Love Project, on Mother's Day, Sunday next week, 7:15 p.m. We're going to be tackling a great gifts of gratitude. Johnny says, thank you. You're welcome. Alrighty, so have a great evening, and I will see you again Sunday. Bye, guys.